untreated heartburn or acid reflux can lead to cancer, which is pretty crazy. If you want a way to force your body to permanently stop acid reflux and heartburn in 48 hours, click the link in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question: how do I cure my acid reflux without the use of drugs? Answer by Akhil Palanisamy. Heartburn can have a number of different root causes, including food sensitivities, low digestive enzymes, intestinal bacterial overgrowth, fungal or parasitic infections, stress, and even paradoxically low stomach acid, rather than excessive acid. Lifestyle measures always should be the first step in treatment. Quitting smoking, reducing intake of fried/processed foods, eating dinner well before bedtime, and losing excess weight, which increases abdominal pressure and contributes to reflux. In addition, avoiding well-known dietary triggers, including caffeine, alcohol, chocolate, mint, spicy foods, and overeating can be helpful. Let's discuss 12 natural approaches to treating heartburn that I have found helpful for many people. There are various natural supplements, such as this one or this one, that blend several of these different ingredients to help treat heartburn and digestive disorders. While they can be helpful in the short term, if the underlying root causes are not addressed, symptoms may return. If you are not improving, consult with your local practitioner. You should be tested at least once for infection with H. pylori, a bacteria that can contribute to ulcers and digestive symptoms. Additional testing can uncover food sensitivities, bacterial or fungal overgrowth, and other hidden causes of GERD. For more info, please check out my blog. Answer by Rory Malone. The tone of this muscle plays a large role in its ability to keep acid contained to the stomach, and the determining factor of how well it functions is the amount of acid present in the stomach. A highly acidic environment in the stomach will trigger that muscle to become very tight and restrict the flow of acid into the esophagus. Conversely, when stomach acid drops, the muscle loosens up, and acid can more easily enter the esophagus. This explains why low stomach acid can be a major cause of acid reflux symptoms. Heartburn no more. TM. Also important to understand, the cells of the stomach and esophagus are very different. While the stomach is designed to withstand acid secretions, the esophagus is not. The tiniest amount of acid, even dilute acid, in the esophagus can trigger massive amounts of acid reflux discomfort. As I discussed earlier, it has been well established that acid-blocking therapies inhibit the absorption of critical vitamins and minerals, such as iron and vitamin B12. Acid is needed to cleave these nutrients from our food for the body to absorb. Vitamin B12, in particular, is a key nutrient for the neurological system, and B12 deficiencies in elderly patients are associated with higher risk of dementia and cognitive declines. The FDA issued a warning in 2011 notifying healthcare practitioners and the public that long-term use of acid-blocking medications can result in magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is the most abundant mineral in the body and an essential cofactor for running the enzymatic reactions necessary for proper cell function. On top of everything else, the body becomes dependent on the acid-blocking drug. When the reflux medication is discontinued, elevated levels of the stomach hormone, gastrin, trigger a massive production of acid in the stomach, and reflux symptoms tend to flare up. In my experience, the bigger issue that connects foods to reflux is food allergy. I am not referring to the stereotypical hive or lip swelling reaction that is the result of a classic AE-mediated food reaction. I am referring to a delayed sensitivity reaction, which is mediated by a different ARM of the immune system. These reactions can take 34 days to manifest and are responsible for causing chronic, ongoing states of inflammation and irritation throughout the body. They can be responsible for brain fog, joint pain, irritable bowel symptoms, skin conditions, and most certainly reflux. Increasing stomach acid secretion improves digestion and aids your body to extract maximum amounts of nutrients from your food. There are several ways to naturally increase stomach acid. Betaine HCl. This is supplemental hydrochloric acid, the same acid your body naturally produces in the stomach. Individuals with a diagnosed stomach or intestinal ulcer should not use HCl supplements until the ulcer is healed. Those taking certain medications like corticosteroids, prednisone, and/or anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen, aspirin or other prescription or over-the-counter NSAIDs should not use HCl supplements unless under the supervision of an experienced physician. In addition, for some with moderate to severe reflux, betaine HCl can be slightly irritating at the beginning of treatment. If that is the case, use DGL and mastic gum for 2 weeks before adding HCl. Taking supplemental HCl will return your stomach acid levels to optimal, which, in turn, results in a tightening of the lower esophageal sphincter and less acid making its way back up to the esophagus. Although there are not clinical trials proving the effectiveness of using HCl supplements for reflux, thousands of patients have achieved reflux relief and improved health by using this natural cure. Digestive enzymes can be a helpful tool in relieving reflux. In my experience, enzymes alone are typically not enough to manage reflux symptoms unless it is a very mild case and symptoms only arise intermittently. HCl and pepsin are considered digestive aids/enzymes and when used together work better than enzymes alone. Answer by Anu Pamago Pala. Avoid coffee. Yes, really. Say goodbye to that cuppa, or cut down to no more than a tiny cup a day. I love coffee and this was a terribly difficult decision, to say the least. Don't have your dinner, or last meal of the day, late. Now I generally work until 9:30 p.m. on most days, and used to cram my dinner in within 5 minutes around that time. And I go to bed by 10:30 p.m., which is extremely bad. Eat your last meal of the day at least 2 hours before you go to bed. Eat a lot of fruits. While I always ate 1 fruit a day, I've upped it to at least 3 now, to good effect. Make sure every meal has at least 1 serving of vegetables or fruits. Drink a lot of water, consciously. Reduce your wheat intake, at least that of maida, finely milled flour as opposed to whole wheat. Avoid spicy foods. No more hot chili sauce. Sleep well.